As part of the deep learning ICP4, for the question number 1, that is save the graph and plot the graph in tensor board, and save the second question, save the loss and plot the loss in tensor board. I am doing it for simple AE, that is saving the graph, saving the loss graph, and saving the graph in the tensor board. In the same way, I am doing it for stacked AE. And then for the second question, which is changing for the third question, changing the parameters like learning rate and trying to optimize, and playing with number of steps iterations and trying to minimize the loss. For that, like for different optimizers, so and for the fourth question, that is using different parameters and different optimizers and plot the graph and see the difference. So I'm here using different optimizers. So in case of simple AE, first now I'll try to use this optimizer, Adam optimizer, and I'm giving here the learning rate as 0.01 and trying with different learning rates and running it. So if I run this for the Adam optimizer, here we can see the step loss for each step. Step 0 for step 100, 200. Here I have given iterations as 2001, so we can see how this happens for the Adam optimizer. So we can see the total loss is 69% and the image. In case of Adam optimizer, similarly I have done for different optimizers, and I have changed the learning rate for the different optimizers, and I'll upload it to the Word document with the screenshots. This is the loss graph for the Adams optimizer for simple AE. For the gradient descent optimizer, and I'm giving learning rate as 0.02 and then running it. For the simple AE, I am now doing with the gradient descent optimizer, and here I am changing the steps from 2000 to 3000, and learning rate also I am changing to 0.02, and then I am trying to run the model. So for the gradient descent optimizer, the total loss is 0.5, which is 56%, which is less compared to the the Adam optimizer. and this is the image. This is the tensor board graph for gradient descent optimizer. In a similar fashion, I have done for the remaining graphs, that is Adam grad optimizer as well as RMS crop optimizers. This is a tensor board graph for Adam grad optimizer with learning rate as 0.02 and number of iterations as 1000. For the stacked API, here I am plotting the loss graph and summary graph, and also I have added another layer, another hidden layer here for auto encoding, hidden 3, and now I am using the optimizer, Adams optimizer. Adam optimizer, and here I am changing the learning rate as 0.0001 and number of steps as 3000 and batch size as 500. So when I run this, loss for the step 1, for the stacked API, here I am plotting the loss graph and summary graph, and also I have added another layer, another hidden layer here for auto encoding, hidden 3, and now I am using the optimizer, Adams optimizer. Adam optimizer, and here I am changing the learning rate as 0.0001 and number of steps as 3000 and batch size as 500. So when I run this, loss for the step 1, this is for the stacked AE, and we have seen the at the step 3000 the loss is 0.10, which is 10%, and these are the reconstructed images. This graph, this is the tensor board graph for Adams optimizer for stacked AE with learning rate as 0.002 and number of iterations as 3000. So this is the graph, and this is the graph. So I'm actually doing the same for this is the main graph. So I'm doing the same for remaining optimizers and plotting the results in the Excel sheet as below for the simple and stacked AE.